Hi everyone. It's me, Sailor Uranus, and it's me, Sailor Neptune. And today we're gonna talk about, you know, filming and HD 1080p and if it's actually good, truly good. Now, keep in mind there are all kinds of offshoots of HD and some tools, some reckoners, some farseers, and some shooters can either stream or broadcast or film in it, and others can't. So everyone's going to have an unlike offshoot. Now, my take on HD, or at least HD 1080p, well, at least that's as far as my tools can film in. My films can broadcast in other settings, but that's the highest one it can film in. Oh, crack minute. Now, a lot of folks out there might think, oh, I got some folks talking way back around March of last year when we first got our web shooter that could do in 1080p HD. And a lot of folks were saying, oh well, your lights are more brighter now. Well, the truth is that the HD only seems to really show itself when there's a lot of light on. When there's no lights on, then it really doesn't show itself that well. I don't know if that's the flaw of HD, or at least 1080p HD, or that's always been the flaw of it. That HD can only work with the lighting that's already in the film or whatever. Now, some folks might say, oh well, aren't you going to go to 10K or whatever they call it? I don't know. First off, that is still too new. It's worth way too much. And who knows how long it takes a film to upload for lay and become playable if you shoot it in that offshoot of HD known as 1082. Well, I don't know, 4K they call it. No, I don't think I'm ever going to be offshooting into that offshoot of HD, since I don't know how long it will take for the film to upload and for lay and become playable. Now, some folks who watch our films, like we say, might say that the only time you know it's in 1080p HD is when it says the HD thing and you can click on the setting, which is true. But the only time it truly shows itself is when the lights are on and it makes the lights brighter. You know. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that, Sarah Uranus. It seems to be that 1080p HD truly shows how good it is when the lights are on. When the lights are not on, it's like, alright, it's there, but, you know. Now, I know there's going to be some folks out there that they're always like to offshoot to the newest offshoots of HD, call it 4K, whatever you want to call it, and they'll say it's no big deal. They'll say that 1080p, 4K, or whatever the highest setting for it is, they'll say that's the thing, and they'll say what I'm filming in is no big deal. And they'll say that at the end of the day, why did I choose to start doing it? Well, I didn't choose to start filming in HD. It was already set to that, and then my films looked good, so I wasn't going to do anything. You know. Now, there's folks out there that will tell you that HD or 4K or whatever you want to call it, it will show you everything. Well, it will only show you what's there. It will make it brighter, but it will not show you things that are not there. Only show you what's there, but make it brighter. That is the misbelief or the misleading of HD, 4K, whatever offshoots that are going to do in the upcoming. You know, what we're wearing is what we're wearing. And the shade, the brightness of it is whatever the brightness of it is. It's not going to shift. You know, if you see how our noses, if you see how we're shaped, then we're not going to shift our shape. HD or 4K is not going to shift our shape. So there's a lot of misunderstandings and misleadings about what 4K and HD can do and what 4K and HD cannot do. Well, as now, there are probably still not really too many, but we like filming in it. I know we're going over the stead, but hey, that's what we do. You know, we like filming in it. It makes our films look good. You know, yes, it was true. We were filming in HD until last year, and wow, too. But whatever the offshoot was, it was probably 780p or whatever the setting of it was before we could start filming in 1080p, and that is as far as we're going to go with our films. We have no goal to go higher than that. Yeah, you're right about that, Sailor Neptune. Before we end the film, we're going to let everyone know that there are some folks out there who might think that, oh, why don't we go to 4K? First off, can't afford it. Two, there's no way to know how long it takes a film in 4K to upload and then to fillet. So I'm not going to go through that. I already know the upsides and downsides of a film that's and you know in HD or at least 1080p HD. I'm not going to play around with a HD setting or offshoot that A, I cannot afford, B, I don't really want, and C, don't really know how long the uploading, filling, and playing of a film would be. But yes, there are some folks out there who film their stuff in, 4K, and they probably have to yield a long time for it to upload and fillet and become playable. And that's if they just leave it alone. If they go around and start shifting it and cleaning it out, it's going to take longer. So anyway, yeah, that's our little thought about us filming in 1080p HD. You know, we've been doing that since March of last year. So for anyone who's been a follower of our work for some time knows that. For those who don't, well, now you know. What's all the time we got here? You know, if you like this film, then follow us here at Sailor Moon for Life. Or watch the other film we made yesterday over here. I'm Sarah Uranus. I'm Sailor Neptune. Hope you like this film. Bye.